So today I have a weaving project to share with you. This is actually a project I did back in December, a Christmas present for my sister-in-law. Finally getting around to editing that. I actually wasn't sure whether I would... There's actually footage I took as a first test to see whether I wanted to even try making videos. So I think the camera quality it's with my old camera, so it's not as good, and some of the audio is probably not great, but I figured, well, I have it, might as well. So I also usually I record, so I have a journal that I try to keep track of all my weaving projects in it, so I can remember things like what yarn did I use, what sets, what pattern. And so I went back to look, what did I do on this project? And I didn't write it down. But I'm pretty sure that this was me trying out summer and winter for the first time. And if I remember correctly, I followed one of the weaving drafts in Dixon's Handweaver's pattern directory. And on page 144, she has a summer and winter pairs draft. It's a block draft. And I'm pretty confident that is what I did based on looking at the picture in here and comparing the photo of the towels, and that jogged my memory. So I made the towels out of 8/2 cotton. You have to imagine it because I used all the yarn in the towels. Let's see what else to set up the project. Oh, I suppose I could just show you or tell you, show and tell, more about my loom, since it's the first weaving project that we're doing. So this is my little Leclerc loom. It's a Leclerc Mecco loom, which is, for anybody who cares about details, it's the predecessor to the Dorothy looms, which are still sold. Those ones have a wider, the Dorothy can have up to a 24-inch weaving width. These ones have only a 22-inch weaving width. And it's originally a 4 shaft, but I was able to find a second Mecco loom that I cannibalized to add 8 shafts. Although so I built this stand. I built a stand for it and added lambs and treadles so that it can function as a floor loom. But I did that when I just first got it, so it only functions for the 4 shafts. I need to spend time to redo this. Well, add. I need to add more treadles so that I can actually use all 8 shafts as a floor loom. Hopefully this year I will get to that. But seeing as I haven't even done any weaving since December, I need to finish this other warp, so look forward to another weaving video sometime soon so that I can finish that warp and then finally get to upgrading this. Yeah, so that's my loom. So I guess now we'll travel back in time to December, and I will get to the warping board so we can start this project in the past. Ooh. Here I am at the warping board, and I am going to assume that I probably made a 3 or 3.5 yard warp. I know I got 3 towels out of this warp, plus a tiny washcloth at the end. Okay, here we are ready finally to start beaming the warp. I like to warp it back to front. So I've got here, got it like loaded. My warp all ready into the rattle. I like to use this tensioning device. Just 3 PVC pipes to help keep even tension as I'm winding on the warp onto the back beam. So we've now got the warp all beamed onto the back beam. So you can see now we'll be able to start threading. Now we'll be able to start threading the heddles. And so the next step is to remove the tensioning device and to take off the rattle. Okay, so I've just started to thread my heddles. Got the first little bunch there. And now I'm ready to go with the little dark stripe that's in between the purple, the light purple. And I realized that when I was winding my warp, when I looked at the pattern, I made a mistake. I only put 4 threads of dark purple in between the 40 light purple. And in order to follow the pattern, in order to make it look like the pattern in the book that I was going to follow, I should have had 8 threads of dark purple in between these light purple. Oh well, we'll wing it. We'll wing it and we'll see how it turns out. Okay, here we are on the 12th of December, so 10 days after we started warping. And I have now finished threading my loom. So it is ready to slay the reed. Today is December 13th. Yesterday I finished slaying half of my reed. There's the bundles I've still got left. So my plan today is to finish slaying the reed and start weaving today. Well, I just about finished and I realized, I don't know, I didn't count right or something. I've got too many ends to how I'm slaying it right now, so I'm gonna have to shift everything over and probably make the edges denser than I was planning. I guess that'll give it more of a selvage. So yay, gotta redo everything I worked on yesterday and today so far. Wah wah wah. So while I was editing this video, I realized I did not film me doing any of the actual weaving. I do, however, have some photos. So I guess we'll enjoy some lovely photos of the end product. So now we have everything tied on and ready to start weaving. Here's a mid weaving shot, probably after the first towel or so. And here we are at the end, ready to take it off the loom and the finished towels. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video. These were towels. They were a Christmas present for my sister-in-law. She loves purple. So hopefully finally editing this video will give me the oomph to get back to finish the warp that I have, finish weaving the warp that I have on my loom right now for washcloths. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you'd like to see the other projects I have coming up, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time. Bye.